that's just the question. I'm not like trying to be rude or anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, if we knew what happened to Summer, we would be all over their ass and we'd have her back, right? You know what I mean? If we knew where she was, she would be in my arms right now, and I'd be giving her big hugs and loves and everything else. If I could ever know, only God knows where she's at, because Lord knows, you know,
God does know
we've
where
all
she's
been
at.
trying to figure out what happened to her.
God does know where she's at. He also knows who's guilty.
Who's guilty?
He knows.
She's saying God knows.
He does know, you know.
Yeah,
he knows who's guilty. That's right.
That's right.
Hey, some people in chat are saying that you bought Prayer Garden a car. Is that true?
A car? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No. And you know, we're all just human beings.
Yeah. And
for everybody.
Why don't you clear up? Was we anything more than friends? Was me and you anything more than friends? Speak it up there, Donald. That's right. We weren't.
No.
But then I didn't.
I don't know what happened. You know?
Especially when you said you didn't know Baltimore and Jody Sue, and what happened was I got tired of the lie.
Supposed to be fun.
Especially when you said you didn't know Baltimore and Jody Sue, and you did. You knew them the whole time, and you told me you didn't. You told me you went over there, and you said even suspected.
I didn't know who.
Man. Well, I'm not sure.
Jody Sue
husband.
Oh, I don't know them.
That you know Jody Sue, but you're saying you didn't know Jody Sue?
Well, she's our neighbor. Okay, yeah. Okay, she's our neighbor. She's the next hill over from us. But I don't know her, no. She's our neighbor.
Hi, my name is Dee, and you're watching Dee Presents. Donwells, you did know Jody Sue. You took her places in your truck before. Y'all came over to Jackie Dobbs' property and ran him off the night before Summer disappeared. You bought weed from Andy.
Neighbor, I mean, we've talked time to time, but I don't know her, no.
So you guys never
know what she's about. I don't know, you know. We've talked from time to time, here and there. Okay. No.
Well, he says he barely knows Jody Sue, and he remains adamant to that. So maybe Jody Sue isn't as familiar with that family as she claimed to be in the beginning of this case. Jody Sue acts like she and Andy own the Summerwells case.
Guys,
you know,
you guys weren't friends? You didn't hang out? Like your wife and her didn't hang out?
No. Okay. No, I mean.
Well, he was at work all the time. He don't know if Candace and Jody Sue hung out together. All he knows is what Candace Bly told him on a daily basis. That's all Don Wells knows. As far as relationships with Candace Bly with other people around there, Don only knows what Candace tells him. And I imagine she keeps a lot secret. They're like a generation or two apart.
Work 7 days a week from sunup to sundown to support my family. And when I decided, you know, that my kids and myself, you know, we need to be in that church on the Sabbath day, which is Saturday. It says I want my kids to learn, you know.
Don Wells started going to that church when he had to do community hours. So he picked the SDA church to go do his community hours in Kingsport. The SDA Kingsport Church.
Did Prayer Garden ask you to leave Candace and move in?
Not that I'm aware of anywhere.
So okay. So she never asked you to move in?
I don't know where all that come from either.
people are saying it was Prayer Garden, or Sissy.
How many? Well, there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the United States these days. Brought up that our forefathers, you know,
godmothers,
good Christian people made this country into. That our country's falling apart, and
Yeah.
it's getting
Can
bad.
you?
We all need to. Yeah, I mean, just being in that church with her together, and her going around and loving everybody like she did, you know, and she always looked up to women were of higher, you know, like Robin, or anytime she's seen a woman that was, you know, like,
Beautiful, highly
you know,
educated.
how the word I'm trying to look, yeah, more highly educated or prominent, or you know, like that. She would.
The word is feminine, Dawn. Feminine. Not somebody in cut off jeans or jeans down to the knee with a baseball shirt and a baseball cap and looking like a thug.
Would just want to be like them, you know. And I thought she felt connected, and she wanted to be like these women, you know, and I just, that was so cool, you know.
We saw Summer in church, how she wanted to cling on those women. Summer was starved for female attention. Summer had a deficit in her life of female attention. Y'all don't forget that, because her mother didn't bond with her, remember?
And thank you, Crystal. Says Dawn, how do you now not know Jody Sue when you said I seen my neighbor looking? My neighbor heard the scream. Also, how well and how long have you known her and her husband? How long have they lived there?
Well, I mean, we've seen them from time to time here and there. And I'm just going by what she said when she heard the scream. That's what she says. I don't know that. I was at work. I wasn't here. You know, I would, you know, the car I was driving, my phone, tells that story. The people, I worked with several people that day. Talked to my big boss, and other coworkers that I was with that day, seeing me there all day, you know, and you know, if my phone and my Subaru didn't say any different than
something was pre-planned, because he made sure he had an alibi all that day before the fact.
Was Dawn home at 3 p.m. the day Summer went missing? Were you home at 3 p.m.
No.
the day Summer went missing?
No.
Done.
What's that now?
How late did you work that night?
Listen to this.
I was, you know, I'm kind of confused on that, because I thought it was like 5:30.
Okay.
I'm not sure, because I know it was like at 5:30 or so, because I stayed late. Because
boy, all them dates are getting hard for you to keep up with, huh, Don? It's hard to get them straight. All them days and different dates you got to keep up with to tell that story. And that's what it is, a story.
Because Candace was doing something. She said she was getting prescriptions. She was busy.
But you're a few hours late, Don. That was at 12:30.
Busy, and I thought, well, I might as well just stay and, you know, try to get more done in the house I was working on.
Listen to this.
Because, you know, the more you get done, the more you get paid. But I mean, I was at work talking to a coworker.
So you think it was well past, well, like at least a couple hours past?
Yeah, it was after 5:30. I mean, when I got the call, I think I got the call at, see, I can't remember now. It was either 5:30 or 6:30. I can't remember now. It's been a while.
Okay. People's questions.
TBI wiped them out.
Hey, Don.
Hey.
your wife messaged me and said that you was at home in a 3 o'clock hour, and I have that as evidence.
Listen
She
to
did
Don.
not want nobody to know you was at home. Do you have
I mean, why would she
Precisely.
say something?
Precisely. And that's what I've been telling you, Donald.
Ziggy? Can you
That's what I've
show
been
the
telling
proof?
you. Why don't you
I-
tell on
I
Candace?
don't.
Why don't you come out and
I
tell
have
on
to
her?
show this. Here's
Yeah.
you can't. I mean, the thing of it is my phone and my Subaru is proof positive as to where I was. Plus, my boss and my co-worker.
That right there lets me know something was pre-planned, in my opinion. Something was pre-planned right there. If he took it that morning, like he said, which I don't think he took it early that morning. I don't think he went to work early that morning.
Workers. Well,
Well,
I'll tell you, that's like 4 witnesses.
well,
to tell
you
where I
know
was
me,
at.
right? You know me, and you know.
Yeah, I've talked to you quite a bit.
Yeah, we talked all the time
My
because I've seen you know for a fact that I've seen you and Candace get into plenty of arguments about Sissy.
so many stories and stuff. It's just unbelievable. No.
Did Summer have a favorite place to go besides her swing?
Well, she loved, she loved this property. Anytime the boys, I bought them some motorcycles, and all 3 of them had some motorcycles, and so anytime they'd go running around the yard, we made a track here and we made a track down the bottom property too. We went down there and mowed all the grass down there, and I made a trail all the way around that 2 acres down there. And so, but I mean, she didn't go down there, of course, but up here we made a track around the shed and down and stuff like that. And she would run and follow them on her feet. She could run and keep up with them on her own.
I know. I saw a video. I saw a
She
video
was
of
so
her chasing her
she
little
was
brother.
so strong.
Well, that's going to do it for this one. It'll give y'all something to think about. Please like, subscribe, share, join my memberships. Have a great week.